Question 1. What is the official name of the UK? A. The Great British Isles. B. The Republic of the United Kingdom. C. The United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. D. The Federation of the British Countries. Answer: C. The United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. This is the official name that encompasses England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Question 2. What are the 4 countries that make up the United Kingdom? A. England, Scotland, Ireland, Wales. B. England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. C. England, Scotland, Wales, Republic of Ireland. D. Great Britain, Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales. Answer: B. England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. These 4 countries form the United Kingdom. Question 3. Who is the current monarch of the UK? A. Queen Elizabeth II. B. King Charles III. C. King George VII. D. Queen Victoria II. Answer: B. King Charles III. He is the current reigning monarch of the United Kingdom. Question 4. What is the capital city of England? A. Birmingham. B. London. C. Manchester. D. Liverpool. Answer: B. London. London is the capital and largest city of England and the United Kingdom. Question 5. What is the capital city of Scotland? A. Glasgow. B. Aberdeen. C. Dundee. D. Edinburgh. Answer: D. Edinburgh. Edinburgh is the capital city of Scotland. Question 6. What is the capital city of Wales? A. Swansea. B. Cardiff. C. Newport. D. Bangor. Answer: B. Cardiff. Cardiff is the capital and largest city of Wales. Question 7. What is the capital city of Northern Ireland? A. Belfast. B. Derry. C. Lisburn. D. Armagh. Answer: A. Belfast. Belfast is the capital and largest city of Northern Ireland. Question 8. Who is the Prime Minister of the UK? A. Boris Johnson. B. Rishi Sunak. C. Theresa May. D. David Cameron. Answer: B. Rishi Sunak. As of the last update, Rishi Sunak serves as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Question 9. What does the UK's constitution consist of? A. The Magna Carta alone. B. A single written document. C. Statutes, conventions, judicial decisions, and treaties. D. The European Union charters. Answer: C. Statutes, conventions, judicial decisions, and treaties. The UK Constitution is not codified in a single document but is made up of various sources. Question 10. What is the role of the Queen in the UK? A. Direct government leadership. B. Ceremonial duties. C. Active political campaigning. D. Head of military operations. Answer: B. Ceremonial duties. The Queen's role is mostly ceremonial, and she does not involve herself in the day-to-day affairs of government. Question 11. What are the 2 houses of the UK Parliament? A. The Senate and House of Representatives. B. The House of Commons and the House of Lords. C. The Legislative Council and the National Assembly. D. The Federal Assembly and the Regional Council. Answer: B. The House of Commons and the House of Lords. These are the two chambers that make up the bicameral UK Parliament. Question 12. What is the difference between the House of Commons and the House of Lords? A. The Lords is more powerful. B. The Commons is elected, the Lords is not. C. The Commons drafts laws, the Lords executes them. D. There is no difference. Answer. B. The Commons is elected, the Lords is not. Members of the House of Commons are elected, whereas members of the House of Lords are appointed. Question 13. How often are general elections held in the UK? A. Every 3 years. B. Every 4 years. C. Every 5 years. D. Every 7 years. Answer. C. Every 5 years. By law, general elections are held every 5 years to elect members of Parliament to the House of Commons. Question 14. What is the minimum voting age in the UK? A. 16 years. B. 17 years. C. 18 years. D. 21 years. Answer. C. 18 years. The minimum legal age to vote in general elections in the UK is 18. Question 15. What is the Magna Carta and why is it important? A. A royal decree of military tactics. B. The first example of a royal charter granting land to barons. C. A document that limited the power of the monarch by law. D. A treaty between England and France. Answer. C. A document that limited the power of the monarch by law. The Magna Carta, signed in 1215, established the principle that everyone, including the king, was subject to the law. Question 16. What was the Industrial Revolution? A. A political revolution in the 17th century. B. A cultural movement in the 18th century. C. A major change in agriculture, manufacturing and transportation. D. A change in the education system. Answer. C. A major change in agriculture, manufacturing and transportation. The Industrial Revolution was a period from the 18th to the 19th century where major changes in agriculture, manufacturing, mining and transport had a profound effect on the socio-economic and cultural conditions in the United Kingdom. Question 17. What is the Commonwealth? A. A union of European countries. B. A British territory overseas. C. An association of countries with economic ties to the UK. D. An association of countries mostly former territories of the British Empire. Answer. D. An association of countries mostly former territories of the British Empire. The Commonwealth is a political association of 54 member states, nearly all former territories of the British Empire. Question 18. Who was Winston Churchill? A. A famous British painter. B. Prime Minister during World War II. C. The inventor of the steam engine. D. A 16th century monarch. Answer. B. Prime Minister during World War II. Winston Churchill was the British Prime Minister during World War II, known for his leadership during a critical period in British history. Question 19. What was the significance of the Battle of Britain? A. It marked the end of the British Empire. B. It was the first major military campaign fought entirely by air forces. C. It was a naval battle in the 18th century. D. It resulted in the independence of the American colonies. Answer. B. It was the first major military campaign fought entirely by air forces. The Battle of Britain in 1940 was significant as it marked the first major military campaign fought entirely by air forces and was crucial in preventing a Nazi invasion of Britain. Question 20. What is the British Bill of Rights? A. A document signed in the 19th century that granted independence to colonies. B. A modern law that outlines the rights of citizens in the digital age. C. An act passed in 1689 that limits the powers of the monarchy and outlines the rights of Parliament. D. A trade agreement with European nations. Answer C. An act passed in 1689 that limits the powers of the monarchy and outlines the rights of Parliament. The British Bill of Rights of 1689 is an important document in UK constitutional law that sets out certain basic civil rights and clarifies who would inherit the crown. Question 21. What event is commemorated by Remembrance Day? A. The signing of the Magna Carta. B. The end of the English Civil War. C. The armistice of World War I. D. The coronation of the current monarch. Answer C. The armistice of World War I. Remembrance Day, observed on 11 November, commemorates the armistice signed between the Allies of World War I and Germany for the cessation of hostilities on the Western Front and honours armed forces members who have died in the line of duty. Question 22. What does devolution refer to in the context of the UK? A. The process of decentralising power from the central government to regional governments. B. The process of withdrawing from the European Union. C. The adoption of a federal system. D. The dissolution of Parliament. Answer A. The process of decentralising power from the central government to regional governments. Devolution in the UK refers to the statutory granting of powers from the Parliament of the United Kingdom to the Scottish Parliament, the Welsh Assembly, and the Northern Ireland Assembly. Question 23. What is the NHS and when was it established? A. National Housing Service, established in 1952. B. National Health Service, established in 1948. C. National Historical Society, established in 1934. D. National Highway System, established in 1961. Answer B. National Health Service, established in 1948. The NHS, which stands for National Health Service, was established in 1948 to provide healthcare services funded through general taxation to all UK residents. Question 24. What is the significance of the Elizabethan era? A. It was a period marked by the conquest of new lands. B. It was noted for major scientific advancements. C. It was known for its cultural renaissance, particularly in English literature and drama. D. It was characterized by significant industrial growth. Answer C. It was known for its cultural renaissance, particularly in English literature and drama. The Elizabethan era, named after Queen Elizabeth I, was marked by a flourishing of English culture, especially noticeable in the drama of Shakespeare and many others. Question 25. Who was the first woman to be elected as an MP in the UK? A. Margaret Thatcher. B. Nancy Astor. C. Emmeline Pankhurst. D. Theresa May. Answer B. Nancy Astor. Nancy Astor was the first woman to take her seat as a Member of Parliament, MP, in the UK in 1919, representing the Conservative Party. Question 26. What is the Turing Law and why was it significant? A. It advanced digital communication laws. B. It was a law establishing national parks in the UK. C. It was an agricultural reform law named after Alan Turing. D. It pardoned men who were cautioned or convicted under historical legislation that outlawed homosexual acts. Answer: D. It pardoned men who were cautioned or convicted under historical legislation that outlawed homosexual acts. The Turing Law, named after mathematician Alan Turing, who was posthumously pardoned, represents a significant step in correcting historical injustices against homosexual men. Question 27. What is the role of the Speaker in the House of Commons? A. To represent the ruling party. B. To oversee debates and maintain order. C. To vote on legislation. D. To appoint members to committees. Answer: B. To oversee debates and maintain order. The Speaker in the House of Commons is responsible for overseeing debates, maintaining order, and ensuring that parliamentary rules are followed. Question 28. What are the main political parties in the UK? A. The Conservative Party, the Liberal Party, and the Green Party. B. The Conservative Party, the Labour Party, and the Liberal Democrats. C. The Federalists, the Unionists, and the Independence Party. D. The Socialists, the Reformists, and the National Party. Answer: B. The Conservative Party, the Labour Party, and the Liberal Democrats. These are three of the major political parties in the UK, each holding significant influence in the political landscape. Question 29. What does the term hung parliament mean? A. A parliament where the monarch has extended powers. B. A parliament where no single party has an outright majority. C. A parliament that has been dissolved. D. A parliament where new elections are underway. Answer: B. A parliament where no single party has an outright majority. A hung parliament occurs when no political party has enough seats to secure a majority in the House of Commons, often leading to a coalition or minority government. Question 30. Who was the longest reigning monarch before Queen Elizabeth II? A. Queen Victoria. B. King George III. C. Queen Mary II. D. King Henry VIII. Answer: A. Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria was the longest reigning monarch before Queen Elizabeth II, having reigned for 63 years and 216 days. Question 31. What is Guy Fawkes Night, and why is it celebrated? A. It marks the end of the English Civil War. B. It commemorates the signing of the Magna Carta. C. It remembers the Gunpowder Plot, an attempt to blow up the House of Lords. D. It celebrates the birth of Guy Fawkes, a notable historical figure. Answer: C. It remembers the Gunpowder Plot, an attempt to blow up the House of Lords. Guy Fawkes Night, also known as Bonfire Night, is celebrated on November 5th to remember the failed attempt by Guy Fawkes and other conspirators to blow up the House of Lords in 1605. Question 32. What is the purpose of the state opening of Parliament? A. It marks the beginning of the parliamentary session. B. It is a ceremony to honour the monarchy. C. It is a public holiday celebrating British democracy. D. It is the election day for new MPs. Answer: A. It marks the beginning of the parliamentary session. The state opening of Parliament is an event that formally marks the beginning of a session of the Parliament of the United Kingdom. It includes a speech from the throne outlining the government's agenda. Question 33. Who is the patron saint of England, and what day is celebrated in his honour? A. St. George, April 23. B. St. Andrew, November 30. C. St. David, March 1. D. St. Patrick, March 17. Answer: A. St. George, April 23. St. George is the patron saint of England, and St. George's Day is celebrated on April 23. Question 34. Who is the patron saint of Scotland, and what day is celebrated in his honour? A. St. Andrew, November 30. B. St. David, March 1. C. St. George, April 23. D. St. Patrick, March 17. Answer: A. St. Andrew, November 30. St. Andrew is the patron saint of Scotland, and St. Andrew's Day is celebrated on November 30. Question 35. Who is the patron saint of Wales, and what day is celebrated in his honour? A. St. David, March 1. B. St. George, April 23. C. St. Andrew, November 30. D. St. Patrick, March 17. Answer: A. St. David, March 1. St. David is the patron saint of Wales, and St. David's Day is celebrated on March 1. Question 36. Who is the patron saint of Ireland, and what day is celebrated in his honour? A. St. Patrick, March 17. B. St. David, March 1. C. St. George, April 23. D. St. Andrew, November 30. Answer: A. St. Patrick, March 17. St. Patrick is the patron saint of Ireland and St. Patrick's Day is celebrated on March 17. Question 37. What is the Union Jack? A. The flag of the ruling party in the UK. B. The nickname of the British Prime Minister. C. The national flag of the United Kingdom. D. A historical document similar to the Magna Carta. Answer: C. The national flag of the United Kingdom. The Union Jack, also known as the Union flag, is the national flag of the United Kingdom. Question 38. What is the crown jewels and where are they kept? A. A collection of ceremonial and symbolic objects of the monarchy kept at Buckingham Palace. B. Historical documents of the British monarchy stored in the British Library. C. A collection of ceremonial and symbolic objects of the monarchy kept at the Tower of London. D. Royal paintings and sculptures displayed at the National Gallery. Answer: C. A collection of ceremonial and symbolic objects of the monarchy kept at the Tower of London. The crown jewels are housed in the Jewel House at the Tower of London and are used by the British monarchy for ceremonies and occasions. Question 39. What was the Good Friday Agreement? A. A trade agreement signed on a Good Friday. B. A peace agreement that helped to end the conflict in Northern Ireland. C. An educational reform introduced on Good Friday. D. A health agreement established on Good Friday. Answer: B. A peace agreement that helped to end the conflict in Northern Ireland. The Good Friday Agreement, signed in 1998, was a major political development that helped end most of the violence of the Troubles, the conflict involving various factions in Northern Ireland. Question 40. What is the significance of Hadrian's Wall? A. It was a defensive fortification marking the northern limit of the Roman Empire in Britain. B. It was a decorative structure built by King Hadrian. C. It is the oldest standing structure in London. D. It was built to commemorate the end of the Roman conquest of Britain. Answer: A. It was a defensive fortification marking the northern limit of the Roman Empire in Britain, Hadrian's Wall was built by the Romans across what is now the north of England, marking the northern boundary of their empire in Britannia. Question 41. Who wrote Hamlet and Macbeth? A. Charles Dickens. B. William Shakespeare. C. Jane Austen. D. Geoffrey Chaucer. Answer: B. William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare, the famed English playwright and poet, wrote both Hamlet and Macbeth, which are considered some of the greatest works in English literature. Question 42. What is the significance of Stonehenge? A. It was a medieval castle. B. It is a prehistoric monument believed to be used for religious and astronomical purposes. C. It was the home of the first British king. D. It is a modern sculpture commissioned by the British government. Answer: B. It is a prehistoric monument believed to be used for religious and astronomical purposes. Stonehenge is a world-famous prehistoric structure in Wiltshire, England, known for its circular arrangement of massive stones, and remains one of Britain's most iconic landmarks. Question 43. What are the main responsibilities of the Home Secretary? A. Managing the nation's finances. B. Overseeing domestic security and immigration. C. Regulating education and healthcare. D. Handling foreign diplomatic relations. Answer: B. Overseeing domestic security and immigration. The Home Secretary is responsible for the internal affairs of England and Wales, particularly in matters of security, policing and immigration. Question 44. What is judicial review in the UK? A. A review by judges of new laws before they are passed. B. The process by which courts interpret the law. C. A procedure where courts review the actions of public bodies to ensure legality. D. An annual review performed by the judiciary to assess government performance. Answer: C. A procedure where courts review the actions of public bodies to ensure legality. Judicial review in the UK is a process by which courts ensure that the actions of public bodies are legal, fair, and done properly according to the law. Question 45. What is the significance of the Gunpowder Plot of 1605? A. It marked the beginning of the British monarchy. B. It was a failed attempt to blow up the House of Lords and kill King James I. C. It resulted in the independence of Scotland. D. It was a peaceful protest against taxation. Answer: B. It was a failed attempt to blow up the House of Lords and kill King James I. The Gunpowder Plot was orchestrated by a group of provincial English Catholics led by Robert Catesby and involved Guy Fawkes, who was caught guarding the explosives placed beneath the House of Lords. Question 46. What is the role of the Chancellor of the Exchequer? A. To preside over legal matters in the government. B. To manage the country's defence strategy. C. To oversee the country's financial and economic issues. D. To handle the education system. Answer: C. To oversee the country's financial and economic issues. The Chancellor of the Exchequer is a senior position in the UK government responsible for all economic and financial matters, including the Treasury. Question 47. What does the term backbencher refer to? A. A senior member of the Cabinet. B. A junior member of the royal family. C. MPs who sit at the back of the parliamentary seating arrangement and are not part of the government. D. Opposition party leaders. Answer: C. MPs who sit at the back of the parliamentary seating arrangement and are not part of the government. Backbenchers are members of Parliament who are not government ministers or opposition shadow spokespeople. They sit behind the front benches in both the House of Commons and the House of Lords. Question 48. What was the Great Fire of London? A. A celebration with fireworks in London. B. A major fire in 1666 that devastated the medieval city of London. C. The burning of the British Parliament in the 19th century. D. A planned demolition of old buildings in London. Answer. B. A major fire in 1666 that devastated the medieval city of London. The Great Fire of London swept through the central parts of the city, destroying a large number of the residential and government buildings. Question 49. What is the Tower of London historically known for? A. It is the tallest building in London. B. It was a royal palace, a prison, and a place of execution. C. It is the main residence of the monarch. D. It was the site of the signing of the Magna Carta. Answer. B. It was a royal palace, a prison, and a place of execution. The Tower of London has served variously as an armoury, a treasury, a menagerie, the home of the Royal Mint, a public record office, and the home of the crown jewels of England. Question 50. Who was Henry VIII and why is he a significant figure in British history? A. A British general during World War II. B. The first Prime Minister of the UK. C. A king known for his 6 marriages and his role in the separation of the Church of England from the Roman Catholic Church. D. The inventor of the British postal system. Answer. C. A king known for his 6 marriages and his role in the separation of the Church of England from the Roman Catholic Church. Henry VIII is significant for his drastic personal and political decisions, including his role in the Reformation and the establishment of the Church of England as separate from the Catholic Church. Question 51. What are the main elements of the UK's economic system? A. Feudalism and colonialism. B. Capitalism and free market policies. C. Communism and state ownership. D. Barter system and local trade. Answer. B. Capitalism and free market policies. The UK operates a mixed economy that combines capitalistic free market elements with some state-owned enterprises and government regulation. Question 52. What is the significance of the English Civil War? A. It was a conflict between England and France in the 14th century. B. It was a series of armed conflicts and political machinations between parliamentarians and royalists. C. It resulted in the independence of Scotland. D. It was fought over the rights to the English throne. Answer. B. It was a series of armed conflicts and political machinations between parliamentarians and royalists. The English Civil War was significant for its lasting impact on the British monarchy and parliamentary system, leading to the temporary overthrow of the monarchy and the establishment of a Commonwealth. Question 53. What was the purpose of the Berlin airlift and how did the UK contribute? A. To deliver supplies to parts of Berlin under Soviet control. B. To evacuate British citizens from Berlin before the Cold War. C. To provide military support to East Germany. D. To supply food and goods to West Berliners during the Soviet blockade of Berlin. Answer. D. To supply food and goods to West Berliners during the Soviet blockade of Berlin. The UK, along with the US and other allies, played a crucial role in the Berlin airlift, flying thousands of missions to provide necessary supplies to the citizens of West Berlin during the blockade by the Soviet Union in 1948 to 1949. Question 54. Who are the Beatles and why are they significant in British culture? A. A political activist group in the 1960s. B. A famous British rock band from the 1960s that had a profound impact on music and popular culture. C. Inventors from the Industrial Revolution. D. Famous British poets from the 19th century. Answer: B. A famous British rock band from the 1960s that had a profound impact on music and popular culture. The Beatles were not only pivotal in the development of rock music, but also influenced the cultural landscape globally during the 1960s. Question 55. What was the British Empire? A. A series of fortifications built along the English coastline. B. The government offices located in London. C. The largest empire in history, known for its significant impact on world politics, language and culture. D. A mythical kingdom often mentioned in British folklore. Answer: C. The largest empire in history, known for its significant impact on world politics, language and culture. The British Empire at its height encompassed territories on every continent, influencing global trade, law and customs. Question 56. What is the significance of the Reform Act of 1832? A. It provided for the reform of the British electoral system. B. It ended the practice of slavery throughout the empire. C. It initiated the Industrial Revolution. D. It established the National Health Service. Answer: A. It provided for the reform of the British electoral system. The Reform Act of 1832, also known as the Great Reform Act, expanded the electoral franchise and addressed many anomalies, making the electoral system more representative. Question 57. What is the role of the opposition in the UK Parliament? A. To provide support to the ruling party. B. To challenge the government's policies and provide alternative policies. C. To manage the national budget. D. To elect the Prime Minister. Answer: B. To challenge the government's policies and provide alternative policies. The role of the opposition is crucial in a parliamentary system, holding the government accountable and ensuring that multiple viewpoints are considered in national governance. Question 58. What are the qualifications for becoming a Member of Parliament? A. Must be at least 25 years old and a member of the House of Lords. B. Must be a British citizen or a citizen of a Commonwealth country or the Republic of Ireland, and at least 18 years old. C. Must hold a degree in political science. D. Must be a native-born English citizen. Answer: B. Must be a British citizen or a citizen of a Commonwealth country or the Republic of Ireland, and at least 18 years old. This allows a broad range of individuals to represent the population in the House of Commons. Question 59. What was the significance of the Boer War? A. It was a conflict that led to the end of the British Empire. B. It was fought between the British Empire and Boer forces in South Africa, marking significant military and political challenges. C. It established the independence of Canada. D. It was a naval conflict with France. Answer: B. It was fought between the British Empire and Boer forces in South Africa, marking significant military and political challenges. The Boer War had profound effects on military tactics and highlighted the complexities of the British Empire's role in colonialism. Question 60. What is the Victoria Cross? A. A type of British coin. B. The highest and most prestigious award of the British honours system. C. An historic ship used during the Victorian era. D. A famous British museum. Answer: B. The highest and most prestigious award of the British honour system. The Victoria Cross is awarded for gallantry in the face of the enemy to members of the British Armed Forces and may be awarded posthumously. Question 61. What role does the UK play in the United Nations? A. It is not a member. B. It serves as a regular member. C. It is one of the 5 permanent members of the Security Council. D. It provides the location for the UN headquarters. Answer: C. It is one of the 5 permanent members of the Security Council. The United Kingdom is one of the founding members of the United Nations and holds a permanent seat on the UN Security Council, giving it significant influence in international diplomacy and security matters. Question 62. What is the significance of Shakespeare's Globe Theatre? A. It is the birthplace of William Shakespeare. B. It is a modern theatre built in the 1980s to honour Shakespeare's work. C. It is a historic theatre in London originally built in 1599, where many of Shakespeare's plays were first performed. D. It is a fictional location used in Shakespeare's plays. Answer: C. It is a historic theatre in London originally built in 1599, where many of Shakespeare's plays were first performed. The Globe Theatre is iconic in the world of theatre and is closely associated with William Shakespeare, offering a historically immersive experience for his plays. Question 63. What is the doctrine of cabinet responsibility? A. A legal rule that all cabinet members must have law degrees. B. The principle that cabinet members must support cabinet decisions in public. C. The idea that the cabinet is responsible for economic policies only. D. The requirement that all cabinet members must be elected members of Parliament. Answer: B. The principle that cabinet members must support cabinet decisions in public. Cabinet collective responsibility means that members of the government must publicly support all governmental decisions made in cabinet, even if they do not privately agree with them. Question 64. What is the royal prerogative? A. The King's right to rule without Parliament. B. Traditional powers legally granted to the monarch, such as granting honours or mercy. C. The law that allows the monarchy to change parliamentary decisions. D. The monarch's personal wealth and estates. Answer: B. Traditional powers legally granted to the monarch, such as granting honours or mercy. The royal prerogative includes a set of historic and traditional duties and powers that the monarch can exercise, which includes appointing the Prime Minister and granting pardons. Question 65. What are the key points of the UK's immigration law? A. It allows citizens from any country to move to the UK without restrictions. B. It is based solely on the European Union's laws. C. It includes rules on who can enter, stay and work in the country. D. It provides automatic citizenship to anyone who invests in the UK. Answer: C. It includes rules on who can enter, stay and work in the country. UK immigration law sets out the conditions under which non-UK nationals can enter and remain in the UK, including visas, residency and work permits. Question 66. What is the significance of the Council of Europe? A. It controls the European Union's budget. B. It is primarily concerned with defence and military issues. C. It aims to promote human rights, democracy, and the rule of law in Europe. D. It is the legislative body of the European Union. Answer: C. It aims to promote human rights, democracy, and the rule of law in Europe. The Council of Europe, distinct from the European Union, focuses on wider issues of human rights and has been instrumental in establishing standards across the continent. Question 67. What was the Beveridge Report and its impact on the UK? A. It was a report on agriculture that led to modern farming methods. B. It outlined the foundation for the British welfare state. C. It was a financial report that led to the UK adopting the euro. D. It focused on the restructuring of the British Empire. Answer. B. It outlined the foundation for the British welfare state. The Beveridge Report, published in 1942, proposed comprehensive reforms to tackle social injustices and is credited with laying the foundations for the post-war welfare state, including the creation of the NHS. Question 68. What is a constitutional monarchy? A. A system where the monarch has absolute power. B. A government system where the monarch's powers are restricted by a constitution. C. A political system where the monarchy is elected. D. A monarchy that operates without a constitution or laws. Answer. B. A government system where the monarch's powers are restricted by a constitution. The UK is a constitutional monarchy, meaning that while a monarch is the head of state, their powers are defined and limited by law. Question 69. What role does the Prime Minister play in UK governance? A. The Prime Minister is mainly a ceremonial role with no real power. B. The Prime Minister is the head of the UK government, responsible for overseeing the operation of the government and the execution of its policies. C. The Prime Minister controls the judicial system. D. The Prime Minister is the head of the military. Answer. B. The Prime Minister is the head of the UK government, responsible for overseeing the operation of the government and the execution of its policies. The Prime Minister leads the executive branch and is primarily responsible for policy and decisions. Question 70. What is Auld Lang Syne, and when is it traditionally sung? A. A poem written by King Henry VIII, sung at coronations. B. A traditional Scottish song sung at the end of New Year's celebrations. C. A hymn sung during religious services in the UK. D. A battle anthem used by the British Army. Answer. B. A traditional Scottish song sung at the end of New Year's celebrations. Auld Lang Syne, written by Scottish poet Robert Burns, is traditionally sung at the stroke of midnight on New Year's Eve to bid farewell to the old year. Question 71. What is the significance of the Scottish Enlightenment? A. It was a period when Scotland permanently gained independence from England. B. It was a philosophical, intellectual and cultural movement in Scotland in the 18th century. C. It refers to the discovery of oil in Scotland in the 20th century. D. It was a religious movement that spread throughout the UK in the 17th century. Answer. B. It was a philosophical, intellectual and cultural movement in Scotland in the 18th century. The Scottish Enlightenment is noted for its remarkable achievements in philosophy, economics and the sciences, and for its influence on the founding fathers of the United States. Question 72. What is the legal system in Scotland known as? A. Common law. B. Civil law. C. Scots law. D. Royal law. Answer. C. Scots law. Scotland maintains its own unique legal system called Scots law, which is a hybrid system with elements from both civil law and common law traditions. Question 73. What is the significance of the Battle of Agincourt? A. It was the final battle that ended the English Civil War. B. It was a major English victory in the 100 Years' War against France. C. It marked the beginning of the British Empire. D. It was a naval battle that established British control over the seas. Answer B. It was a major English victory in the 100 Years' War against France. The Battle of Agincourt in 1415 is celebrated for the remarkable victory by the English, led by King Henry V, despite being heavily outnumbered. Question 74. What is the triple lock pension system? A. A pension scheme exclusively for members of Parliament. B. A security system installed in banks. C. A mechanism that ensures the state pension increases annually by the highest of average earnings, consumer price inflation, or 5%. D. A legal requirement for 3 signatures to authorize pension payments. Answer C. A mechanism that ensures the state pension increases annually by the highest of average earnings, consumer price inflation, or 5%. The triple lock system is designed to protect the real value of state pensions in the UK. Question 75. What was the Black Death and its impact on Britain? A. A series of wars in the 14th century that weakened the monarchy. B. A devastating plague that resulted in major social and economic changes in the 14th century. C. The name given to the economic depression in the 1930s. D. A natural disaster that occurred in the 12th century. Answer B. A devastating plague that resulted in major social and economic changes in the 14th century. The Black Death, or bubonic plague, arrived in Britain in 1348 and dramatically reduced the population, leading to significant social and economic transformations. Question 76. Who is known as the father of the Royal Navy? A. Sir Francis Drake. B. King Henry VIII. C. Admiral Horatio Nelson. D. Winston Churchill. Answer B. King Henry VIII. Often credited with founding the modern Royal Navy, King Henry VIII invested in building a strong naval fleet, which played a crucial role in establishing England's maritime dominance. Question 77. What was the role of Britain in the slave trade? A. Britain had no involvement in the slave trade. B. Britain was a minor participant in the slave trade. C. Britain played a major role in the transatlantic slave trade, but later became a leader in its abolition. D. Britain exclusively traded slaves within its own colonies. Answer C. Britain played a major role in the transatlantic slave trade, but later became a leader in its abolition. The UK was heavily involved in the transatlantic slave trade, but it also played a significant role in abolishing the trade across the empire in 1807. Question 78. What are British values as defined by the government? A. Monarchy, aristocracy, and empire. B. Democracy, the rule of law, individual liberty, and mutual respect for and tolerance of those with different faiths and beliefs. C. Economic freedom, free trade, and colonialism. D. Military strength, industrial power, and cultural superiority. Answer B. Democracy, the rule of law, individual liberty, and mutual respect for and tolerance of those with different faiths and beliefs. These values are emphasized in UK schools to promote social cohesion and the democratic ethos. Question 79. What is the Premier League? A. A political alliance. B. A group of elite universities. C. The top professional football league in the UK. D. A legal association of top barristers. Answer C. The top professional football league in the UK. The Premier League is the highest tier of English football, watched by millions around the world, and plays a significant role in British sports culture. Question 80. What is the significance of the Merry Rose? A. It is a famous British novel. B. It is an ancient monument in Scotland. C. It is a historic warship of Henry VIII's navy, raised from the sea in 1982. D. It is a type of rose named after Queen Mary. Answer: C. It is a historic warship of Henry VIII's navy, raised from the sea in 1982. The Mary Rose is a Tudor ship that sank in 1545 and was salvaged in a groundbreaking operation, now preserved as a museum ship and offering insights into Tudor maritime history. Question 81. Name a famous British play written in the 1950s that critiqued the social class system. A. Look Back in Anger by John Osborne. B. The Mousetrap by Agatha Christie. C. The Caretaker by Harold Pinter. D. Equus by Peter Shaffer. Answer: A. Look Back in Anger by John Osborne. This play is known for its critical look at the British class system and has been influential in British drama, depicting the frustrations of the post-war generation. Question 82. What role does the Prime Minister play in the UK military? A. The Prime Minister is the ceremonial head of the military. B. The Prime Minister is the highest-ranking military officer. C. The Prime Minister has no role in the military. D. The Prime Minister is the head of government and oversees the overall strategic direction of the UK military. Answer: D. The Prime Minister is the head of government and oversees the overall strategic direction of the UK military. The Prime Minister has ultimate responsibility for the defence of the UK and its strategic military decisions. Question 83. What is the Bill of Rights 1689, and why is it important? A. It is the foundational document for the UK's democracy, outlining the rights of citizens. B. It established the supremacy of Parliament over the Crown. C. It outlined the right to bear arms and freedom of speech. D. It was the first document to establish judicial independence. Answer: B. It established the supremacy of Parliament over the Crown. The Bill of Rights 1689 is a landmark act in the UK that sets out certain basic civil rights and clarifies the constitutional relationship between the monarchy and Parliament. Question 84. What is the main role of the Secretary of State for Health and Social Care? A. To oversee all educational institutions in the UK. B. To manage the UK's foreign diplomatic missions. C. To oversee the National Health Service and public health in the UK. D. To regulate and support agricultural policies. Answer: C. To oversee the National Health Service and public health in the UK. The Secretary of State for Health and Social Care is responsible for the policies and laws regarding healthcare and public health services. Question 85. Who are the Yeoman Warders? A. Members of the House of Lords. B. Ceremonial Guardians of the Tower of London, also known as Beefeaters. C. The personal bodyguards of the Queen. D. Senior officers in the British Army. Answer: B. Ceremonial Guardians of the Tower of London, also known as Beefeaters. The Yeoman Warders are charged with looking after any prisoners in the Tower and safeguarding the British Crown jewels, but they also serve as tour guides and are symbols of the continuity of royal tradition. Question 86. What treaty integrated Scotland into the UK Parliament? A. The Treaty of Union 1707. B. The Treaty of Edinburgh 1560. C. The Treaty of Westphalia. D. The Treaty of Paris. Answer: A. The Treaty of Union 1707. This treaty led to the political union between the Kingdom of Scotland and the Kingdom of England, creating the Kingdom of Great Britain with a single UK Parliament at Westminster. Question 87. What was the purpose of the Elizabethan Poor Law? A. To establish public education. B. To provide health care. C. To support the unemployed with work. D. To provide relief for the poor and set the basis for social welfare. Answer: D. To provide relief for the poor and set the basis for social welfare. The Elizabethan Poor Law of 1601 made provisions for a national poor relief system that assisted those unable to work. Question 88. What is the function of the Bank of England? A. To collect taxes. B. To serve as the government's bank and manage the country's currency and monetary policy. C. To regulate all UK businesses. D. To provide loans to students. Answer: B. To serve as the government's bank and manage the country's currency and monetary policy. The Bank of England acts as the central bank of the United Kingdom, setting interest rates and controlling the money supply. Question 89. What was the swinging 60s? A. A period of economic downturn in the UK. B. A cultural revolution that took place in the 1960s, characterized by progressive trends and new cultural norms. C. A political movement aimed at reforming electoral laws. D. A series of strikes and labor protests. Answer: B. A cultural revolution that took place in the 1960s, characterized by progressive trends and new cultural norms. The swinging 60s marked a period of significant cultural change, affecting music, fashion, and societal attitudes. Question 90. What does the term backbencher refer to in the UK Parliament? A. A senior member of Parliament who sits in the front row. B. Members of Parliament who sit in the rows behind the front benches and are not part of the government. C. A group of former politicians who advise current members. D. Members of the opposition leadership team. Answer: B. Members of Parliament who sit in the rows behind the front benches and are not part of the government. Backbenchers are usually MPs or lords who do not hold governmental office and traditionally sit on the back benches in their respective chambers. Question 91. What was the main outcome of the Beveridge Report? A. It led to the creation of the National Health Service. B. It reformed the education system in the UK. C. It resulted in the UK joining the European Union. D. It triggered significant tax reforms. Answer: A. It led to the creation of the National Health Service. The Beveridge Report of 1942 proposed widespread reforms to address social injustices, which led to the establishment of the welfare state and the NHS. Question 92. Who was involved in the Gunpowder Plot of 1605? A. Oliver Cromwell. B. Guy Fawkes. C. Richard III. D. William Shakespeare. Answer: B. Guy Fawkes. Guy Fawkes was famously involved in the 1605 Gunpowder Plot, an attempt to blow up the House of Lords and assassinate King James I to end Protestant rule in England. Question 93. What is the role of the monarch in modern UK governance? A. To rule the country. B. To make and pass legislation. C. Ceremonial duties with no governing power. D. To lead the government. Answer: C. Ceremonial duties with no governing power. The monarch's role in modern UK governance is largely ceremonial. and the monarchy does not involve itself in the day-to-day affairs of government. Question 94. Name the act that formalised the abolition of the slave trade within the British Empire. A. The Emancipation Act 1833. B. The Slave Trade Act 1807. C. The Human Rights Act 1998. D. The Freedom of the Slaves Act 1820. Answer. B. The Slave Trade Act 1807. This act formally abolished the slave trade within the British Empire and made it illegal to carry slaves in British ships. Question 95. What social reform did the Factory Acts achieve? A. They prohibited all forms of child labour. B. They limited the working hours and improved conditions for factory workers. C. They established the right to form trade unions. P. They introduced minimum wage laws. Answer. B. They limited the working hours and improved conditions for factory workers. The Factory Acts were a series of UK labour laws passed across the 19th century that aimed to improve conditions for workers in factories, especially concerning working hours and the employment of children. Question 96. Who were the Pankhursts? A. A family of British composers who influenced the Baroque music era. B. Politicians who played a major role in gaining independence for India. C. A family of political activists prominent in the women's suffrage movement in the UK. D. Inventors involved in the development of the steam engine. Answer. C. A family of political activists prominent in the women's suffrage movement in the UK. The Pankhurst family, including Emmeline Pankhurst and her daughters, were central figures in the campaign for women's right to vote in the UK. Question 97. What is the main function of the Crown Court? A. To deal with civil disputes. B. To handle cases involving bankruptcy. C. To manage appeals from lower courts. D. To deal with serious criminal cases. Answer. D. To deal with serious criminal cases. The Crown Court is part of the senior court system in England and Wales and is responsible for handling serious criminal cases, including those requiring a jury. Question 98. Name the document that established Protestantism as the state religion of England. A. The Act of Settlement 1701. B. The Act of Supremacy 1534. C. The Magna Carta. D. The English Bill of Rights. Answer. B. The Act of Supremacy 1534. This act declared King Henry VIII and his successors as the supreme heads of the Church of England, effectively establishing Protestantism as the state religion. Question 99. Who led the British forces during the Battle of Waterloo? A. Sir Winston Churchill. B. The Duke of Wellington. C. King George III. D. Admiral Nelson. Answer. B. The Duke of Wellington. The Duke of Wellington, Arthur Wellesley, led the British forces to victory against Napoleon at the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. Question 100. What does the term Prime Minister's Questions refer to? A. A weekly TV show where the Prime Minister discusses government policies. B. A ceremonial event where the Prime Minister is formally questioned by the Queen. C. A weekly session in Parliament where the Prime Minister answers questions from MPs. D. An annual quiz event hosted by the Prime Minister for university students. Answer. C. A weekly session in Parliament where the Prime Minister answers questions from MPs. Prime Minister's Questions, PMQs, is a constitutional convention in the United Kingdom held as a single session every Wednesday when the House of Commons is sitting, during which the Prime Minister answers questions from members of Parliament.